All right. This is the number one movie, Martin, right here. It's a movie probably people not going to even know what it is because it came and went so fast. What could it be, y'all? Martin gave me 15 movies, but we're going to do 10. Mm-hmm. And let's start out. So you don't remember what order they're in, right?
Not exactly.
Okay. Well, let's start out with number 10. Number 10 is actually on a list that I saw in a couple of places today. Somebody at Variety shares your opinion very much with this film.
They would like to know who you are. The weak are immediately eliminated.
Dogman.
Yes, Dogman. Yeah, the boy who's traumatized by an abusive father and family life, stuffed into a kennel where he befriends the dogs and the dogs protect him. And then, as a grown man who's in a wheelchair, a paraplegic, he lives in an abandoned building surrounded by dogs where he's the Aquaman of dogs. And then he discovers theater again with drag shows. So he becomes a paraplegic drag queen. But he's got guys coming after him and his trained dogs attack them. It sounds like a Mad Lib. And it plays out that way. It's directed by Luc Besson, who hasn't done anything in a while. But much as people praise Luc Besson for his great action directing, he's also very immature. And this is just one of those movies where it's like, man, you just kept piling different concepts on top of each other, trying to make something. And I get it. You look at something like Unleashed, or also known as Danny the Dog, and it works there. But here it's just like, this is too much of everything. And when anytime you step back from it, you're like, what?
Okay.
It's like, it's trying hard to be interesting by throwing all these disparate elements together.
Yes.
But it never stops being silly. Like there's never that. And then when you get to the action stuff, it's like, it's well shot, but it's still pretty cliche.
Oh, that's too bad. You know I like dogs, Martin.
Yeah, I know you like dogs, but the idea that this guy has all this, you're like, am I really, as a grown man, supposed to buy this? All right.
Yeah, all right then. Well, like I said, a lot of people share your opinion on that. Now, here's a movie on your list, for a movie that I actually liked, but I remember you did not like it at all. Rambling man, he's rambling man, and a violent nature.
Right. Awesome concept, shit execution. The idea of like, hey, we're replaying one of these slasher movies, Friday the 13th, from the killer's point of view. That sounds awesome, except they don't do anything with it. I mean, it's like a camera's in a different angle, but you're still watching the same stupid movie with the same characters who do dumb, non-self-preservation shit. And, and the shape or whatever he is this time going around with not a whole lot of insight to it. You can't tell me that last 15 minutes works for you. That ending was just so like, man, so y'all just ran out of money and ideas. And it wouldn't even have that much going for it to begin with. Yeah, I was just completely frustrated with this movie.
Well, good. You'll be ready for the sequel.
Yeah, maybe they'll do something with it this time.
Which they are making one, I heard. That's what the chat was saying, at least. I don't know. What is this? This is your number... It's your number 8 movie right here.
Wait here, Junior. I'll be right back.
Oh, Martin, how can you hate those big...
Good Lord.
Those big eyes right there. This is the Garfield movie.
Yes, the Garfield movie that made me wish Bill Murray was back so hard. This was such a generic script that just traded off the Garfield name. And the rest of it was just like, all right, man, this could have been anything. And what it could have or should have been was an hour-long Garfield special on TV, on Cartoon Network, as opposed to this feature-length film that offered really a whole lot of nothing. I mean, I guess you got small kids that'll keep them entertained, but it seemed like it just felt like, man, it's got a lot of nerve being Garfield.
Yeah, it's another one that you and I kind of disagreed on. Not too much. I didn't think it was great, but I was like, whatever. For the kids. But yeah.
For the kids.
I get it.
I'm not a kid. Let's strip him of everything that makes him Garfield, but we still call him Garfield.
Hey, there's the lasagna there. Look at that. He's still eating the pasta. All right. This is the one where you say made an exception for theatrically released movies.
Yeah.
This is one you and I did agree on. That we both thought was pretty bad.
This looks like fun. Friend are getting 3 wishes.
You mean like a genie?
They stole that from me.
Oh, that's the devil playing Santa movie right there. Dear Santa.
Yeah. Just Santa, gotta have my time back. Yeah, I don't know how many of you guys seen this movie, but it is one, it's wasted potential on the idea. But 2, there's a lot of Jack Black standing there and having to like do all the work, but the script is horrible. The acting for the most part from the kids is not great. But what's really bad is that when you get to the third act or the big reveal, it's offensive what they do, the thing they hold back from this movie. And it would have changed everything. It was a painful watch that we turned off, but I came back to because we were going to talk about on this show. And then it became wow, it's enjoyable when you hate watch it. like Madam Web, there's just so much to talk about, frame after frame after frame. But yeah, it's truly the thing that lets you know that if you've been like, man, I kind of miss those Farrelly brothers, it reminds you like, oh yeah, no, I don't. And this is why we haven't seen anything from them in a while.
I did not enjoy it, sir. And neither did you.
No, you liked it.
No, I did not. You were there. You put that on me. Well, here's another movie that you and I disagreed on, Martin. This is your number 6 movie. Oh, The Front Room. There you go. You said it was terrible. I said no, it's terrible. You and I disagreed on this very much.
Wait, you had it listed.
Name's gotta have power.
No, you actually had it. You had this listed higher.
Yeah, I thought so.
But what are you at? Number 6? Yeah, I think mine was number 8.
Okay.
For The Front Room.
Your father, what was his name?
I didn't know him really well.
Call that a broken family.
This is the shit piss movie that I was talking about earlier that I despise so much.
Yeah, as much as they want to get you in it, like you watch a scene like that, you go like, oh shit. Well, you had a woman like that in your house, but you're like, if you actually know some old racist people, what she's saying in here, that's nothing. You could easily blow that off. You could have a blood relative, an old uncle who says offensive shit.
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
Okay, that's just how they are. But here, everybody has to be, oh, can you believe it? I'm just so hurt and offended by that. It's a movie that's just, it's driving itself. There's not the story driving it. It's the moments of her being offensive that drive it. Yeah. Only to go up nowhere. Like the end, you're like, so that's it?
Yeah, I guess I spoiled it for y'all earlier. I really hate this movie because they knew they had a movie with nothing. So they had to sell it as a horror movie, which is not.
It's not.
It's a shitting and pissing dark comedy, and I'll use that word loosely.
Oh, but the horror of having to clean up an old person who shits or pisses on themselves. And I hate to break it to you, but that's a likely fate for all of us with elderly parents. It at some point you just go like, it's part of life. Sorry.
But there you have to do it in the shadows, Martin.
Jesus.
Martin, your number 5 was my number 5.
Get out.
No, I will not get out, sir. You get out, Martin.
No, wait.
Make me number 5, huh? Yeah, Kraven. I had Kraven at number 5. You have Kraven number 5.
Yeah. Great minds think alike, right?
Sure.
I mean, I don't know what else to add to what we've already said about it.
Yeah.
But between the writing was just too much at times. It was a raucous good time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been a while, man, in theater where everybody was laughing at something that wasn't a comedy.
Sony has released some, like I said, some of the best comedies this year, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, another very misguided attempt to make a Spider-Man villain a hero because you can't put Spider-Man in there. Your number 2 is close.
Wait.
I'm sorry. Your number
4?
Your number 4 is close to my number 2.
New York City's a whole new level of crazy these days.
What do you want from me?
Yeah, she said. Even she looking at it like, that shit is dumb. You got them stupid ass visions again.
Yeah. Go back to reading my paper.
Madam Web.
Yeah. You know, the thing about Madam Web is like, much like Blade and Guardians of the Galaxy, like the public didn't know a lot about them. So there was room to do your own thing, to make something special and not stick to the comic book lore if you didn't have to. And here, they took that opportunity and took a big shit on it. Because it's like, man, so much you could have done here that would have been cool and everybody would have gone with it. And yet, they did nothing cool.
Or you could have just left it alone.
There's that too.
Until you had Spider-Man
yeah.
to come in and introduce her like she probably should have been introduced. Ain't nobody trying to look for no goddamn solo Madam Web movie.
Well, the thing is, okay, if you commit to that, but they kept trying to edge Spider-Man in from little ways, like trying to be slick, like, oh, but Spider-Man, no. Hey, is that Spider-Man? I mean, well, no, but, you know, Spider-Man, though. But is it? I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah. See, that's the problem with the movie. It's Spider-Man adjacent.
Uh-huh.
Don't nobody want to see Spider-Man adjacent. We want to see Spider-Man. We don't want to see no knockoff trees just like Spider-Man. Nobody wants to see these damn cheap knockoffs over here.
There you go. There's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
Nobody wants this Temu bargain bin Dollar General Spider-Man over here. Everything Spider-Man's adjacent. Well, we ain't got Spider-Man, but we got this dude.
Yeah.
No. Well, we got Uncle Ben. No.
Yeah. We got Ezekiel. He got spider powers.
We got Peter Parker, but he ain't born. No. I want Spider-Man. I want Spider-Baby. I don't want Spider-Tribe. I don't want Spider-Bitches. I don't want nothing. I want
Spider-Bitches. yeah, you get a glimpse at Spider-Bitches at the end.
This is stupid. You know,
I love that even these other superheroes that they could have had in the film, and they're like, no. you just get a taste at the very end as it's going off.
I didn't know what they were doing.
No.
I didn't know what they were doing at all.
No.
Oh, Martin, this is a movie that you made me wish I saw. You said something about this, and I saw this trailer, and I knew exactly what you were talking about. This is your number 3 worst movie of 2024.
We have a 9-hour window to test and report our findings.
Boy, Martin, you talked about how bad these werewolves look. The movie's Werewolves. And I looked at that damn werewolf right there, and I said, "What's this damn Halloween mask they got right here? This is. I wanted to watch this so bad and after seeing this frame right here. This looks terrible.
Oh yeah, it is terrible.
So is it like that the whole movie?
Yes, that's actually one of the better shots. I mean, I'm not bullshitting. The werewolves look like they all came from the Spirit Halloween store, and they're jumping around. A lot of times you can see the wires on them, and the plot is like, well, we got Frank Grillo. Let's make it like The Purge, but with werewolves. And you know, their whole premise is, there was a werewolf plague one year all over the globe with the full moon. That's what Lou Diamond Phillips is telling everybody. So we're just gonna, everybody just stay indoors, buckle up. It's like The Purge. Don't go outside. But as much as they try to say this happened all over the world, you can tell this happened within an 8-block area. If nothing else, I want you to see this movie for the editing.
Really, that bad?
The editing is so bad. You got something where 2 characters are like in a lab saying, we gotta get to the garage, get to the cars. And the cut scene, they're driving already in the car. And it's full of stuff like that. But it looks terrible. The writing's bad, not just the dialogue, but the plot itself. You have characters like, hey, stay indoors, don't go outside for nothing. Yeah, no, I got it. No, you have to tell me. And the next couple scenes later, but my neighbor's out there. I gotta don't open the door. Oh, but it's her. She's so sweet. I gotta open the door. It's just so much of it, and especially to get to the climax. It's like, you've been saying this the whole time, and now you don't even stick to your own rules.
Damn,
it was a baffling, painful watch because everybody I talked to went to it saying, I saw the trailer. I know it looks cheap. I know it looks bad, but I think it's going to be fun. And we came out going like, that was not fun.
No, wow. Now I want to watch it. I got to tell you, though, it looks like they went to the Halloween store and bought their werewolves.
Yeah. Like the animatronic ones?
Yeah, the ones that people got their doors doing Halloween. Don't you have that at your house?
Yeah, I do.
You know what you scared that little girl with? All right. Top 2 now.
Top 2.
Well, at number 2 is something that y'all thought I was going to have.
Would you sign my book?
Here we go.
I don't like this movie either. Somehow, a lot of the movies beat it out on my list, but I'm right there with you. This was one of those movies that we thought was so bad that I believe that, wasn't this the first movie, like when we started roasting
recent movies? Yeah.
Yeah, recent movies. This is the first one.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I thought, because I look at this trailer and you're thinking like, man, this looks like it's fun. And maybe I just wasn't in a good mood or something. I watched it and I thought, maybe roasting this is not as good of an idea. Then we watched it and I was like, oh no, this movie's bad.
Yeah, because at this point in the movie, it was feeling like, well, no, this was actually the turning point, really. But up to that point, it was like, well, okay, maybe this will. But then, and this scene starts, and you're like, okay, this is kind of fun. And it goes on and on and on. Mm-hmm. And from that point forward, it just goes downhill. And yeah, and despite the opening with Dua Lipa, hey, maybe if they kept her alive, might have got a higher rating. But yeah, this is one of those painful movies where you talk about self-indulgent and a director feeling like I can do no wrong. This is one of those, and it's a spy fantasy that just does everything and anything, and it feels like it thinks it's so precious, and it's actually more boring and grating, and it just goes on and on.
They're doing so much that the ending gets just so tangled and ridiculous. Like they have twists, reveals, and secrets that that when you really think about it, it makes no sense. You don't have to really think about it. Up front, it's okay, that came out of nowhere. This person lived just so they could make a last minute save, which makes no sense.
Right. Even when it gets to the twist, they had that feeling of you wrote this without that, and then thought, wouldn't it be cool if it's this? Yeah. Or you wrote yourself into a corner and went, not sure how to get us out of this, but let's do something crazy. Let's throw a Hail Mary. But then it's like, well, half the movie's Hail Marys. None.
It just ended up being a big ass, silly ass knot by the end of the movie. Just a big tangle of ridiculousness. I remember the ending is where I was just kind of like, all right, at first I was kind of like, I'm going to give this a low rental, but when they just started pulling twists and people who died out their ass, like you said, without any kind of thought or any kind of cleverness to it, I was like, nah, this is bullshit. All right. This is the number 1 movie, Martin, right here. It's a movie probably people not going to even know what it is because it came and went so fast. What could it be, y'all?
Any lucky lady gonna get the midnight kiss?
Just talk to her, dude.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, boy.
There you go. You're getting knocked down. Oh, the Y2K.
Yeah.
Or just why? According to you, I didn't see it, but you saw it.
Yeah. This is one of those movies where you're like, oh, this could be fun. And it's directed by Kyle Mooney, who we all love from Saturday Night Live. The first half of it is so like a very poor knockoff of It Can't Hardly Wait and Superbad. And it's like, oh, that's what it is to lure you in. Even that part's pretty bad. And then from there, like thinking all that's bad, where it goes from after that, being post-apocalyptic with our 3 characters roaming around trying to get away from the machines. Like, man, they got really no ideas. Kyle Mooney's character shows up and does the same thing over and over, and he's pretty. It's I would say annoying, but it's more embarrassing. But then in the third act, their whole big thing they got is that Fred Durst is in it. It's all about Fred Durst and Limp Bizkit, but just Fred Durst by himself, playing himself to come in and save the day. And Fred Durst, he's no actor, but he's actually not even. He's not even that bad. I mean, he's not good, but you'd think like, oh shit, this guy. But it's like, well, at least he's doing something. They end up doing karaoke and singing George Michael songs like everybody else does. You watching this, you're like, this is a by the seat of your pants, make it up as we go along. The kind of movie that would play at a horror festival at midnight, but not even like a big horror festival, like just one in your local town. and it's really more like a short. It's like a short that nobody told them a short is only supposed to be 20 minutes. So it's dragged out to an hour and a half. And by the time it was over, I was like, this has actually been the worst theater experience I've had all year long.
Oh my God. Y2K.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, y'all. Well, there you go. Well, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you really like what we do. So if you do, check out these other videos just like this one. Check out our other YouTube channels and subscribe to join our wonderful Toasty community. And as always, stay toasty.